Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abel Rios, and today I aim to direct your attention to a progressively extensive and crucial matter which is influencing our youth: psychological welfare. According to Simon D'Alfonso, a cybersecurity specialist researcher, the prosperity of adolescent people is essential for their private maturing stages into adulthood, their academic triumph, and total bliss. Regrettably, mental health troubles have become excessively normal in today's society. Therefore, I will illuminate the significance of psychological well being among youthful grown ups and its effect on their lives, and try to explain some key procedures to advance their prosperity. Now, initially, let's take a look at a widespread occurrence of psychological affiliations amid the youth. According to Agnet Dissing and her fellow research team, who studied an awareness that was targeted to the usage of adults and their devices at night, one-fifth of adults grapple with a cerebral issue that mostly targets their vision and nervous system. Due to the amount of extensive effects that our cerebral input takes from the extensive UV light, our nervous system is ultimately broken down, which causes us to not be as active and aware of our surroundings as we should be. This could span from the fretfulness and dejection of essence misapplications and even self-destructive notions, the co-emergence to prosper scholastically, initially initiate an occupation, and uphold societal affiliations could add to the engendering of these tribulations. The transfigurations of puerility to maturity can be remarkably stressful, as youthful adults steer unexplored accountabilities and self-rule along with community anticipation. The toll of psychological hardship on youth is substantial and far-reaching. Above all else, it influences their general prosperity and well-being. Mental tribulations can prompt challenges in upholding connections, seeking instructions, or work openings, along with an interest in something that they once enjoyed in their youth could be not as enjoyable as they want it to be, and is an idea that's too far reaching, such as playing in their backyard or on a bike. That, as an adult, could ultimately seem as just purely a memory and something that's unachievable anymore, which is not true at all. It's definitely doable with the right mindset, and if they want to get out and do it, they should. Moreover, it can negatively affect physical well-being, the physical well-being, prompting endangerment and constant sickness, depleted invulnerability framework, and poor rest designs, such as missing out on the right amount of sleep they should getting, along with any nutrients such as carbohydrates, proteins that they could be lacking, and ultimately drive their body into sickness. This period is marked by significant life transitions, including leaving their familiar home environment, assuming financial responsibilities, and forging new social connections. Such changes creates instability, uncertainty, and raises stress levels, which poses mental health risk. The result of untreated psychological well-being issues can influence people well into their grown-up lives. According to Genevieve Garapi and her who is a psychological professor, recognizing the weight of psychological well-being amid developing grown-ups, grasping approaches to advance prosperity, and giving back is essential. Learning assumes a focal part in separating the disgrace encompassing mental well-being. Failure in both scholastic and professional activities can result in a serious psychological anguish and a range of mental health problems, including, but not limited to, worrying, depression, and sadness. Urging open discussions at home and instructive organizations helps make a protective workspace for people to look for help without dread of judgment. Mindfulness crusades and emotional wellness education programs can outfit youthful grown-ups with the vital instruments to recognize indications of trouble in themselves and their friends, which empowers a convenient mediation. Access to psychological aid is just as crucial, with youths needing to have promptly accessible and reasonable price psychological services, encompassing advice, treatment, and psychiatric backing. Employers could also help aid in this situation with offering a schedule that would suit their employee with the right amount of days that they need of rest, along with providing programs during their time at work to constantly be checking up on them. Magenta Simmons, who is a psychiatric self care and stress management researcher in Australia, adds that stress management is essential for sustaining decent psychological well being. Motivating youths to prioritize self care pursuits such as exercise, reflection, journaling, and hobbies can alleviate stress and construct resilience. I would like to conclude by adding that the mental welfare of youth nowadays is an urgent matter needing notice and solutions. The commonness and influence of psychological affiliations upon this group call for an all-encompassing tactic encompassing learning, consciousness, admittance to means, and self-care methods. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my topic